Hello students, welcome to the virtual English class produced by the Center for Education and Human Resource Development. Today in this lesson, we are going to read, practice and learn some prepositions of location and also read a story from your book which is Jhuma's House, and also we are going to talk about some vocabularies and the prepositions used there as well. Alright students, so let me begin with a picture from your book. Alright, are you ready students? Okay, let's see your book. What is there? Okay, so this is the first picture of your lesson today. So we are going to talk about this picture first, and then we are going to talk what is we are going to learn today. Okay, let's look at the picture and let's talk. Here you see a girl. What is she doing? Yes, she is watering some flowers, right? Okay, and what do you see other in this picture? What are the things here? Okay, a house, another house there, and a bust of Lord Buddha. You can see the mountains and some garden here, kitchen garden, and a flower garden here. Okay, so can you now describe where is Jhuma's house located? So how do you say where is the house? Do you say there is the house? Okay, that is also possible. But sometimes when you have to say exactly where the things are, you have to use prepositions. Okay, you cannot simply say there. Okay, and if you say there, that is sometimes confusing. You can say it sometimes when there is only one thing. You can simply say there is the thing. Okay, and when you have to say where is the thing located exactly, in this case you have to say, or you have to use prepositions. Okay, prepositions like you have heard in, on, at, between, in the middle. These are prepositions to describe the things. So you can see here, so if you have to describe this house, where is it located, then you can say it is between another house, someone's house, we don't know it, and there is a bust of or a statue of Lord Buddha. You can say between the Lord Buddha's temple or another house. So where is Jhuma's house located? Jhuma's house is located between a statue of Lord Buddha and another house. Okay, all right students? Okay, then before we study this story about Jhuma's house, I'd like you to talk about some prepositions, because we are going to talk about things around Jhuma's house. So she is describing them and using the prepositions. So I'd like you to see some prepositions first. Okay, students, are you ready? Okay, let's see on your TV screen. Okay, so these are the list of prepositions. Okay, so can you read them? Opposite, between, in the middle of, in front of, under, on, near, next to, below, behind. These are some of the prepositions of location. There are other prepositions of location as well, but these are the prepositions that we are going to see on our text. So let me quickly show you their context, where they are used. All right, let's see a picture. Can you see some animals there? What is the animal? Which animal is this? Are they? Okay, sheep, right? Sheep. Okay, you see two different kinds of sheep. One is black, another is white. Then question, I am going to ask you, where is the black sheep located? Where is the black sheep? Can you say? Okay, it's in the center of the, this meadow or ground, right? So, and again, you can say in the middle of other white sheep, right? Okay, so we can say in the middle of many other white sheep. Is it clear, students? Okay, now next, let's see. Again, to mean something in the center, we have already seen. What do you use again? Where is the B? Can you tell me now? What did we say earlier? It was in the middle of, right? So how do you say, where is the B? It is in the middle of flower, right? So look at the bee. It is flying in the center. It means in the middle of the flower. In the middle of the flower. All right, students. Next, let's see. Where is the big mouse? Can you tell me? Yes, it is on the box. On means which is sitting or lying on the top or the surface of something, not too high or not down. So on the surface. In that case, we use on. Let's see. Yes, it's on. Let's see another one. Between. Okay, where is the white cat? The white cat is between the two black dogs, right? When do you use between? We use between when there are two things, on the sides and something is in the middle. When there are two things or two animals or two people, okay, like this. So we call it in between. Next, let's see quickly. Okay, here I'm going to show you where are these animals. One is a cat, another is a dog. Where are they? One is on the table, another is on or below the table. So below means this, down from the surface. Next, where is the dog? The dog is under the table, right? So it is straight down from the table. Okay. Next, in front of and behind. What is the meaning of these two prepositions? In front of means just ahead of you, and behind means at the back. Okay, so when the things are in front of you, you can see. When the things are behind, you cannot see, right? Because it's at your back. Look at the boy is behind the tree. The cat is in front of a chair. Okay, let's see another one. Near and next. The concept of near and next means which is the things or animals close enough. We say that they are next to or near. So the elephant is near the chair. Okay, or you can even say next to the chair. Okay, in this picture, what do you see? The people are facing each other. The birds are facing, and the chairs are also facing. They are opposite to each other. So we use them as opposite. So just in front of, facing towards the same object or person. In that case, we use opposite. All right, students, are you clear? Now let me describe you quickly how things are located in your room. So these are the things, similar things like in your house, right? So there are so many things like TVs, computers, bed, toys, So when something is on, then you can say on the bed, the TV or computer is on the table, and there are toys above the table, and there are other toys between chair and a bed, the bed, and something is near here. So this is how you describe using prepositions of location. Okay, so let's see it quickly here again. You can see here what is behind. Behind is back. You can see in front of, next to, and between, near, above, below, in, on. Okay, these are the concepts you are going to learn here. All right, students, now let's move to the story that we are going to read. The topic is Jhuma's house. All right, so have you seen in your book? Okay, please, if you have got your book, you can open your book and see the story. All right, then again, the picture that we saw earlier is about Jhuma's house. You see here. So we are going to see the story now. All right, let's see. Here is the story. I'm going to read it for you. Please listen to me carefully and follow me with the words. And then we will talk about it, its meaning, its pronunciation later. All right, students? Okay, let's start. Jhuma lives on a hillock. She has a small house there. She is the only daughter of her parents. Jhuma studies in a public school, primary school. In her spare time, she does the household chores. That apart, she is pretty interested in gardening. In front of her house is a beautiful garden full of flowers of different kinds and colors. She likes white roses very much. In the middle of the garden, there is a bust of Lord Buddha. Next, we will see in this paragraph, this is the first paragraph, there are new words like hillock, spare time, household chores, gardening, and garden, and a bust. We will talk about it later. Let's see the next paragraph. In this paragraph, Jhuma is a Buddhist and worships Buddha every morning. At the back of the house is a small kitchen garden where she plants various kinds of vegetables. She usually plants cauliflower, peas, beans, and tomatoes. Opposite her house is Kumari's house. They are close friends. In the evening, they both go to the ground next to Jhuma's house. They play games with many other friends. She is mainly interested in running and long jump. Let's see the new words here. What are they? Worship. Okay, this is the only new word I think for you. Others are simply the vegetables and about Jhuma's house. Next, let's see the last paragraph of the story about Jhuma's house. Down below her house, in a small plain, is her school. The school is between a river and a bus stop. Every day, she sees many buses running to and fro along the road. It is a bit noisy down there, but her house in a quiet place. The only noise she could hear is the sweet chirping sounds of the birds and the soft whispering of the gentle air. Okay, let's see the new words in this paragraph. To and fro, noisy, chirping, whispering, and gentle. Okay, these are the, I think, new words for you. We will talk about the new words later. Let's see those new words. Okay, so can you now pronounce the new words? Can you remember those new words? I'm going to show you, okay? To help you, you saw some new words like, this. What was the new word? Can you pronounce this word? Yes, it's spare time. That's great. Once again, spare time. Okay, that's great, students. Can you try this one? Can you say loudly? Parents. Can you say it again? Parents. Okay, that's great. Next, how do you pronounce this one? Household chores. Once again, household chose. That's great. Again, how do you pronounce this one? Gardening. Yes, that's great. Gardening. Another word. Okay, this one. Can you try yourself? A bust. Yes, that's great. A bust. This one. Worship. That's great. Once again, worship. Okay, good. What about this one? Can you try? Yes. Small plane. That's good. That's good. Another one. Second last one. Can you say it? Okay, yes. Chirping. Good. And this one. Whispering. Yes. Once again, whispering. Okay, these are the new words. We will talk about the meanings, their meanings later. You can pronounce the words here. I'm going to show you. Once again, you are going to pronounce this one, okay? Okay, great. I think you have pronounced them well. All right, now we will move to the next activity about their meanings. Okay, so I have presented some pictures here for you for the understanding of the new words meanings. Now can you tell me which picture belongs to which word here? Can you describe this one? What are these children doing? And what is the woman doing here? Okay, yes, you are guessing right. And what about this one? Yes, please go on guessing. Yes, what are these activities called? There are so many works inside your house, like washing, cleaning, cleaning, yes, washing, cooking. There is a word here. We are going to match them later. And you see some father and mother here in this picture. What do we call them? And someone is doing something here. What is the woman doing? And another picture is a bird is making sound. What do we call it? The girl is watering. Okay, what do we call this picture? Let's now match them. Okay, is it your right guess or not? Please check. Okay, we call those children, they are gardening. And the bird is making sound, means chirping. All right, yes. And the woman is whispering or telling something secret. Another one is the hill or hillock. We call it small hills or hillock. Another one is the woman is worshiping God or praying for blessings, right? Another one, the household chores, the things which are regularly done inside your house and that is uninteresting and boring but have to do, they are called household chores. Next one, okay, the parents, the fathers and mothers are called parents, okay? When we have to mention them together, we call them parents. Those people who take care of the children are parents, okay? And finally, you can see a metallic body of someone. You know it, right? Who is he? A football player, right? Yes. And it is his bust. A bust is a statue or a sculpture that is made of metals or stones. All right, students. Now, these are the meanings. I think it's clear now. So we will use these new words in sentences later. Now let's try to understand the text. I'm going to explain it here. Now let's try to understand what are there in the story. Here you see Zuma lives on a hillock means she is living in a hill, not in the city or plain. All right? Do you understand now? Hillock? Yes. She lives on a hillside. She has a small house there. She has a small house and she is the only daughter of her parents. Only daughter means there is no any other brother and sisters. So she is the only child of her parents. Okay, Zuma studies in a public primary school. Where does she study? In a public primary school, like you. Yes. In her spare time. Spare time means the time which is free, which when we don't have any works. For example, let me explain to you. In spare time, you can do anything you like. You have homeworks or you have works asked to be done by your parents. When you finish your homeworks or the works in your home, then you have spare time. So that means it's your free time. You can do what you like at that time. Okay? Do you understand spare time? Yes. And at that time, what she does is she does the household chores. Household chores means the works inside your house, like cleaning, washing, cooking. Okay? These are the household chores. That apart means besides that or except that or other than that, she is pretty interested in gardening. She is also interested in gardening. Gardening means, yes, putting water in flowers or digging the mud or taking care of the flowers or plants. That is called gardening. In front of her house is a beautiful garden full of flowers. There is in front of means in the front or before or ahead, there is a beautiful garden full of flowers of different kinds of colors. And she likes white roses very much. What does she like? White roses, yes. In the middle of the garden. In the middle means, where is it? In the center, right? Yes, in the center, there is a bust of Lord Buddha. What is a bust? A bust is some sculpture or statue that is made of metal or stone, by carving or sculpture. Okay, let's see the next paragraph. Okay, so Zuma is a Buddhist. Buddhist means someone who follows Buddhism as religion. So what religion do you follow? Are you Buddhist? Okay, maybe, right? And some may be Hindus, some may be Islamic, or some may be other Christian, and some may be Buddhist. These are the religion. Okay, so Zuma is here. She is from Buddhism or Buddhist religion, and worships Buddha every morning. She worships all mornings in every mornings. So at the back of the house, at the back means behind the house, there is a small kitchen garden. What is there at the back of the house? There is a small kitchen garden where she plants various kinds of vegetables. What are vegetables? Do you know? Okay, vegetables are like cauliflower, peas, beans, and tomatoes, and so on. Opposite her house, whose house is there? Kumari's house. Yes, opposite means just in front and facing to Zuma's house. So there is Kuma's house. Okay, they are close friends. Close friend means they are very best friends. They are, they play together. Close means very, working or playing together all the time. In the evening, they both go to the ground next to Zuma's house. Where do they go in the evening? They go to, the ground. Where is the ground? Next to Zuma's house. Next to means just on its side. Okay. They play games with many other friends. and she is mainly interested in running and long jump. What does she do in the game? She runs and does long jump. Okay, that is the game that she is interested in. Okay, now let's see the words and the final paragraph. Down below her house. Down means something below. Down and below are the similar. Below her house, in a small plain. Small plain means that is the land which is not steep or not high. That is flat land. That is a plain land, and there is her school. In that land, there is a school. The school is between a river and a bus. Where is the school? Between a river and a bus stop. Bus stop and a river. Okay. Every day she sees many buses running to and fro. Okay, she sees buses running to and fro. What is to and fro? To and fro means coming here and going there. So to and fro means going there or coming here. So here and there, you can say it coming here and going there. So that is, we call it to and fro. Is it clear, students? Okay, I hope, right? Okay, along the road means on the way. It is a bit noisy down there, but her house in a quiet place. It is noisy because of the buses running there. And her house is a quiet place. Quiet place means there is no disturb from the sound. So the only noise she could hear is the sweet chirping sounds. From her house, she only hears the sounds of what sound? Sweet chirping sounds of birds. So birds are making sounds nearby her house, and there is no noise from the vehicles or buses there. And there is another sound, soft whispering sound of gentle air. So when the air is gentle, it is slow and it is pleasant. Okay, so when it is strong, that is we call wind. Okay, and when it is gentle, it is kind of soft air or soft wind. So we call it gentle air, and it makes a sound that is kind of whispering. Like you do some, when you want to tell your friends some secret words, what do? You whisper, right? You make some sounds with only some air and not with the voice. So that's called the whispering sound. Are you clear, students? Okay. What is whispering sound? That is made with only air and not the voice, not talking loudly. So sound made by the air is soft and whispering in Zuma's house. Okay, these are the things around Zuma's house. Now, can you remember all the things around Zuma's house? What are there? There are school, there are playground, there is Kumari's house, okay, and there are also bus stop, and there are also some birds singing. So where are they located? Can you now describe them? Yes, you can, right? Some are below, some are between, some are along. So these are the preposition of location. So you can use them to describe where things are. Okay, this is the text or story from your book. Now we are going to do some exercises from your book. If you have got book, again, look at the exercises. We are going to talk about that. So I have some questions for doing the exercises. Here, now remember the story and try to answer them, okay? Where does Zuma live? Where does she study? And what does she do in her spare time? Another one, where is the garden? Next, what is there in the middle of the garden? Whose house is there opposite her house? And where do they go in the evening? Where is her school? Where does she see many buses running? And what noise can she hear nearby her house? These are the questions that tells the whole story about Zuma's house. Now, I'll help you to answer these questions. Don't worry, students. I have more information about these questions from the text. So, let's look at the text here. So, let's guess. Where does Zuma live? Can you guess? She lives where? Yes, she lives in a hillock. Let's see, is it right or not? Yes, you can see here Zuma lives on a hillock, right? Next, let's guess the answer, all right? Where does she study? Where does she study? What kind of school was that? A public school. Was it public school? Let's see. Oh yes, it's right. She studies in a public school. Where does she do in her spare time? What does she do in her house when she is free? She does household. What kind of works? Household chores. Yes, it is the household chores. Next question. What is there in the middle of the garden? Do you remember what is there? A bust of Lord Buddha. Okay, yes? Yes. Now let's see the next part of the story. Where is the kitchen garden? Can you guess? Where is the kitchen garden? Is it in front, back, side? Where? At the back, yes, right? At the back of the house is a small kitchen. You are right to guess. Now, whose house is there opposite her house? Do you remember Zuma's friend? Who is Zuma's friend? Yes, she is Kumari, yes. So, opposite her house, there is Kumari's house. Where do they go in the evening? Where do they go? They play games. And where do they play games? Next to, on the ground, to the ground, next to Zuma's house. So in the evening, where do they go? To the ground, next to Zuma's house. Okay, the last part of the story. Down below her house, in a small plain, what is there? Where is her school? Between which things? Let's see. Okay, yes, a river and a bus. A bus stop, right? Yes. Where does she see many buses running? Where do you see buses running? Let's see here. Buses running to and fro. Yes, along the road. Along the road. Where does bus run? Along the road, yes. And what noise can she hear nearby her house? What kind of noise does she hear? Is it a bus? No, right? There is the sound of birds and soft whispering of the gentle air. These are the answers of those questions I showed you. Now, once again, do another exercise from your book. Read the story and match the words with their meanings. Now, do you remember hillock? Yes, right? Spare and chose, to and fro, apart, whisper. You remember all these, right? Now, let's see the words and then try to match them together. Okay, uninteresting work, backwards and forwards, a small hill, besides, a soft sound, free. Okay, there are the meanings of these new words. Now, I think you have got all the meanings. Now you can match them with their meaning. Can you do that, students? Okay, let's see how much you can match them correctly. Okay, hillock. What is this word? Yes, a small hill, definitely. And spare means free. Yes, that's correct. Chose, it's uninteresting work. And to and fro, backwards and forwards. Apart, it's besides. Whisper, it's making a soft sound. Right, students? Okay, students, we have another exercise from your book. It is telling whether the statements are true or false. Okay, so let's read the sentences whether they are true or false here. Let's read the first one. Zuma has brothers and sisters. Zuma does not have brothers and sisters, right? She is the only daughter, so it's false, isn't it? Yes, it's false. Next sentence. There is a temple in the middle of the garden. Is it right? Yes, it is, because you can even see this in the picture. Okay, it's true. Kumari's house is opposite Zuma's house. This one is as well true. Zuma is interested in running. Is it true? Yes, it is true, because she likes running and jumping both. Okay, now we have come to the end of the exercises. Alright students, now rest of the exercises you can do at your home and also ask your brothers and sisters for help, and we are going to say goodbye. So have a nice time. So this is the end of the lesson. See you students. Thank you very much for your patience to watch this video.